Welcome back to Explore Cape Breton. I am now at the MacAskill Museum. I'm here with Eva Landry. Now, tell me your position here.
Well, I'm a member of the volunteer board for the MacAskill Museum, and I also serve as secretary for the board.
How long have you been?
Since we started in 1986.
Okay. So tell me the history of here.
Of this house?
Yeah.
Well, this was the birthplace of Wallace MacAskill, who is the noted marine photographer and whose photograph of the blue nose, of course, is on our Canadian dime.
Okay.
And we're very proud of that for a little community like this. The house was had passed from when his parents passed away. It was sold. It was in another family for a while, and then that family passed on. And the house was unoccupied for a number of years and looked as if it might be, becoming derelict. And people in the community kept saying, well, this is a shame. Wallace MacAskill is our best known native son, and we should be doing something to preserve it. So a group of interested citizens got together and we made it happen. We put some money in to get it started, to purchase it, and then we formed a society and turned it all over to a society. So it's not really owned by anybody except by the MacAskill House Museum Society.
Okay. So what can we expect as a tourist visitor when we come here?
Well, you can expect to see a large collection of Wallace MacAskill's photography. He's really quite well known in the photographic world for his images and for the techniques that he used. He was also a part of a movement at one time called the Arts and Crafts movement. This had related to his time that he spent at the National Photography School in the United States. And so there are some artifacts which he has designed and made, actually, and so we have a nice collection of those as well. He has been written up in some of the American magazines as being that his materials have been among the best preserved and the best known of the articles that were developed during the arts and crafts movement. But the big thing is the photographs. The other thing is that this house is typical of a home in this area in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, and so what we did was, it's a heritage property, so we preserved it as it had been to the greatest extent possible.
What is the importance of this museum to people here in St. Peter's and all of Cape Breton?
Well, as I mentioned, it's the home of Wallace MacAskill, and he is a very well known and very well respected photographer. The fact that his image of the blue nose is on our Canadian dime, and also there was a Canadian stamp, the blue nose stamp. It was 1929, but it's still known among stamp collectors as one of the most beautiful stamps that has ever been minted. And so these are different features that we can be very proud of here in St. Peter's and in Cape Breton generally, as a matter of fact.
So on a typical year, how many tourists come to the museum?
Generally it varies a bit from year to year, but between 1,600 and 2,000 I say would be a pretty fair, that's the range of tourists. It depends on the weather to a lot of the and those factors.
We're here with Brittany Sampson now, and you work at the museum.
Yeah, I have been working here for the past 3 summers. I'm a summer student.
Okay. Now tell us about, you as a younger you as a younger person here. What's it like in St. Peter's?
Growing up in St. Peter's has been amazing. It's a really close-knit community. You really know everybody. You feel really safe. It's not like you're walking down the street with a whole bunch of strangers. As for stuff to do, in the summer, I guess, we always go boating, and there's a lot of beaches. Like Point Michelle is an amazing beach to go to. There's a number of different beaches. The canal, St. Peter's Canal, going swimming. you know, just different things like that.
Do you love it here?
I do. I love it here. Next year when I have to leave, you know, to go to university, it's going to be a big change, but I'm excited to, you know, always come back here. Like, this is where, the home is where the heart is, I guess.
The tourists that come here, what do they say about the museum here?
People are really impressed by the museum. They're mainly impressed that he actually grew up here, and the fact that they get to see what a home would have looked like back in the day. They're really impressed by all the pictures and the fact that we actually have artifacts and cameras that he would have used.
So for your future plans, what's it going to be like? Are you going to come back here, go to university?
When I graduate next year, I do plan on going to university.
Where are you
I
going?
plan on going to Acadia University, hopefully, which is still in Nova Scotia. I really don't want to leave Nova Scotia. I'm planning to become a registered dietitian, and hopefully I will come back here. I love this town.
Thank you very much. And stay tuned to Explore Cape Breton.